Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world today. I have a question for the people out there who say they're ready to have the conversation with their parents about long-term care, or they're getting ready because their parents are approaching retirement age, or they're already retired and starting to get to the place where they need assistance with their ADLs being their activities for daily living. And before you approach the conversation with them about long-term care, are you yourself familiar with all the different types of care available for the aging population? And so I have a list of 8 options, and I am going to refer to my notes so I don't miss any of them. But the first one would be in-home care. So your parents are getting to the point where they need assistance, but they don't need to go live at a facility, but you can have professionals come in at set times and help them with the things that they need help with. And that can vary from whether it's bathing and dressing to just meal preparation. Some just need companionship. So that's one thing to consider, especially if you're a busy professional that's not able to do those things for your parents yourselves, or there's a distance factor. The second is assisted living communities, and there are some wonderful ones out there. And assisted living isn't a catch-all because there are different levels of care even within assisted living. You can live within a community and live relatively independently and just have the support that you need, which may only be medication management. And then there's the full-on care where you have people to come in and help you bathe and do your basic ADLs. So help you make sure you bathe and help you with your hair if you need and that sort of thing, and maybe set you up for the day, help you prep your meals and that, so that you can live independently beyond that, or your parents can live independently beyond that assistance. The third is memory care facilities, and that's a big one with all the memory challenges with relation to Alzheimer's, and also other medical conditions or medications that lead to memory challenges. And so know that there is a specific sort of care for memory. May not necessarily need to be a complete facility that focuses on memory, but memory care within even assisted living or a traditional senior living community. Next are adult day programs, and a lot of those are really fun. Like I visited a bunch of different offerings when I searched for my mom, and some of those I was like, hey, I wish I could go here. So think of even like day camp when you were a kid, because it's a lot like that. It's they're out and they're social, they're making friends, they're doing activities, they're kept busy. A huge problem with the older population is loneliness and depression. And so that sort of thing could be just what your parent needs. It gets them out and about and happy social friends and makes life good for everyone. The next is respite care. And respite care is a double-edged sword, especially if you are a primary caregiver to your parent. The respite gives you as the caregiver a break, but also gives your parent a break from you. And as much as we all love each other, I am sure that there are times when parents need a break from their children and children need a break from their parents. So always look into respite care. And respite care can also be a good way to figure out if your parent might like a particular senior living community. So say they went to a particular community for a week and they got to try it out, like a visit for a week and see what they like or don't like, and may determine like, hey, this is what I like and I really do want to stay here. And you can tell for you, does that work for you? If they're in that sort of environment, does that work for them? Does it work for you? What's visitation like? And what's the structure of it? And so it's almost like when you went to college and you had that first weekend before you actually went there and you tried it out and you saw, yes, I like this campus, I like the people, the environment is great. It's the same kind of thing. It's just a different stage of your life. So the next one is hospice care. And hospice is a compassionate end of life care, and it's focusing on comfort, pain management, and emotional support for seniors with life-limiting illnesses. And so it's designed to help them at a stage where they've lost certain abilities, and medically there's no expectation of improvement. And so that's something to consider, because that level of care can be draining if you're trying to do it as an individual full-time caregiver to your parent. And so they tend to have support for the family members as well. So if you're in that sort of situation, definitely investigate what's out there. And the last on the list today is home modifications, because one of the biggest challenges for the aging population is falls. And I'm going to plug Glencroft in Glendale, Arizona, because that's where I went with my mom. And their ZoeLife program is based, it was founded on preventing falling in the aging, because when you fall at an older age and your body is more fragile, you tend to break something. Breaking something at any point in life is not good. But the older you are, the longer it takes to heal, and sometimes things don't heal exactly as they should. And so their whole ZoeLife program, which I'll put a link in the description too, is all about living a vibrant life. It's absolutely about not getting old, sitting in a room looking at the walls, waiting to die. It's about having a great physical life. And I mean, you see people working out there that are in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s even. And they're exercising according to them, whether that's just walking, whether they're riding bikes, they're doing some sort of weight training, maybe they're in the pool. But it's a combination of all that, with a healthy lifestyle, with healthy foods, and a university to keep their cognitive learning up, their awareness, their skills. And so all of those things, even if, geographically or for any other reason, that particular community is not for you, those are things that you should incorporate in your parents' life. Always keep them going, stimulated intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, have some sort of physical activity for them, even if it's just, standing and sitting in their room. And there are also a couple of good videos on that. So just using what you have in your house, making sure you're safe with it, that you can touch a wall as they exercise or use a walker as they exercise, but getting movement in their muscles, getting circulation in their bodies is just good for them physically overall, mentally overall, to keep your lungs going and keep your heart going, and oxygen-rich blood pumping to your brain. So that is my thought for today. And I would say really, really think through those things before you have a conversation with your parents about long-term care, so that you can offer those options. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Would you want to live in a facility? Do you want people to come in and take care of you? Do you just feel like you need help with medication management? Figure out what those things are. And if you're needing help creating a plan, I will drop a link in the description to my course, How to Smoothly Transition Through Parent-Child Role Reversal. And people laugh with the way I say smoothly, but I say smoothly because I did not transition into it smooth. So that is really why it's my mission to make sure no one else has to go through it alone or under the stress that I did. It's my heart's hope, truly, to help people get prepared in advance. So when the time comes, you have a guide to refer to. You have a plan already in place with your parents. You know what their wishes are, and you can focus on just spending quality time together and interacting as you need to, versus being consumed by figuring out what to do. So I'll leave you with that thought. And as always, I'll say, I wish you faith, hope, and love in your life. And faith is, faith for me is a Christian faith. Faith for you is what you believe in. Faith is the strength we draw on when we have challenges in life. And so I wish you faith, hope, and love in your life for all of those challenges, and especially through the parent-child role reversal. Get ready in advance. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.